Welcome to Inside Carbondale. This is the podcast that brings you the latest information about projects and events going on in Carbondale. I'm Amy Fox, the Public Relations Officer for the City of Carbondale, and I'm joined by Diana Sussman, the Director of the Carbondale Public Library. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
And it may not officially be summer until June 21st, but school is out for summer vacation, and for many kids in the area, they are looking for some fun things to do during the summer months. So today we're, of course, talking about the library's summer reading program, which kicks off on June 11th. First off, Diana, how long has the library been offering this summer reading program?
That was a really funny question for us. My children's librarian and I sat down, and we've both been in libraries for 20 years or more, and we couldn't remember a time that this library or any other library we've ever known of hasn't had a summer reading program. So I did a little research, and summer reading programs in libraries became a thing in the 1890s.
Oh, wow. So very long time.
Yeah, probably 120 years or so.
And the program is 6 weeks long. How does the program work?
Okay, so kids can earn prizes by reading is kind of the gist of it. Plus, there's a lot of programs that go along to keep them entertained. But with kids who are age 0 to 5, they keep track of the number of books they read because they're reading picture books, so they're racking up the numbers. They also get to include books that are read to them, of course. So they keep track of the number of books. Kids age 6 to 13 keep track of the number of minutes they read. That way, if they want to read 2 really thick novels and that's it, they are just keeping track of the number of minutes, and they get credit for all that reading.
Do you have a certain form for them to fill out, or is it all done online?
Yeah, it's done. You can do it online or in person. They earn prizes. The first prize level that they earn is a coupon pack that has a Miners baseball ticket in it, and then local coupons from area businesses. And then the next 3 prize levels, they will get to choose the paperback book of their choice to take home with them to keep. They also sign up. If they stop by just once a week, they will get just a weekly attendance free prize as long as they're registered in the summer reading program. So they will definitely get a prize every week. And then there are weekly prize drawings, and then there are grand prize drawings.
It just keeps getting better and better.
Right, it gets better and better. And the grand prizes have Barnes & Noble gift cards in them, and there are several different prizes. Some of them are Ozobots, which are really cool robots that are really easy to program and use. Really neat.
And what is the goal of this program? I know it's open to a wide variety of ages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kids who are age 0 to 13 can participate in the children's program. We also have some options for teens and adults that are a little more simplified. The goal is to encourage kids to read and to get kids to come to the library and get people to come to the library. So in addition to the reading prizes, we have a ton of programs at the library too that go along with that. So we have weekly story times for families. We have weekly family movies. We have an Ozobots program that's taught by our Project Next Generation kids. So those are kids in grades 5 through 8 who learn about electronics and robotics, and it's a STEAM program basically, and they're going to teach younger kids how to use Ozobots, which are little robots. Then we have 5 big performances for the kids. So we will have a stage play learning that's Where in the World is Art. You're going to travel the world, and instead of looking for Waldo, you're going to look for art. There's Celia and little Celia. So she is a person with a puppet that looks exactly like her, and apparently they're very funny. And there's a dance party that goes along with that. There's Juggling Jeff. He apparently is fantastic. Carterville loved him when they had him. And then Yo-Yo Matt. So he is actually a 16-year-old person who is going to demonstrate how to use a yo-yo, and the first 50 kids to show up at Yo-Yo Matt will get a free yo-yo.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, and there are other programs on there as well. That's just a few.
Wow, you guys have a lot of stuff going on this summer.
Yes, we do.
And why is it so important to first off get kids into the library?
Yeah. it's important to get kids into the library so that they are in a positive environment where learning is encouraged, where they can learn everything that we have to offer. A lot of people don't realize that we do 500 programs a year. And they don't necessarily know what all the opportunities are that they can take advantage of. And they can see all of that on our website. But once you get in there and then you start exploring the books and you see what all is available to you, and you can get on a computer, and you just, it's a way to engage in your own learning process, but to engage in the community as well.
And then also, I know during the summer months, kids are out of school.
They are.
Why is it so important to keep abreast of all of those reading skills that they learn in the classroom?
Exactly. So research says that they will slide backwards if they don't read in the summertime. So they'll lose some of the skills that they developed throughout the school year. So that's why reading is really encouraged during the summer months, is to keep that slide backward from happening for them, so that they can start school in the fall where they left off in the spring without any gap, and maybe have even improved their reading skills somewhat by practicing. But it also encourages kids to read for fun. And if you read for fun, then you're more likely to be a lifelong reader and a lifelong learner.
And what tends to be the reaction from kids? Maybe this is their first time participating in the summer reading program. And then I'm sure there's kids that participate every single year that they're allowed to.
Yeah, that's true too. They really love the big programs. We have just a lot of fun. I'm sorry it's not quiet, because those big programs will draw a crowd of 70 or 80 people. They don't fit in our meeting room, and it's fantastic to walk in there and see all these kids jumping up and down. It's really, really lovely. And then the ones who are there to read, a lot of them don't even care about the prizes. What they want is permission to read what they want to read. So the Harry Potter books and the other really fun novels, those go out in the summertime. And it's because kids can't necessarily read those during the school year. They're reading what they're supposed to read. And so this is a really good opportunity for kids to feel that they can read what they want, and they are enthusiastic about that.
And how can kids get signed up for the program? Do they just show up at the library, or do they need to do anything before they get there?
Well, they can either just show up at the library. They don't have to have a library card to do our summer reading program. There are teen volunteers who will be there throughout the entire time. So June 11th through July 21st, a teenager who's a volunteer can help the kids sign up, or they can sign up online, so whichever they prefer. If they do sign up online, there is an email confirmation. So they're supposed to put in their parent's email address. That goes to the parent, and the parent then has to click to say that, yes, I agree that they can do this program online. That just has to do with federal children's protection laws. Then once they have registered online, they can record their reading online, or they can also come into the library and pick up a sheet in order to record it in writing. And then they bring that back to those teen volunteers and they enter it for them.
And if someone isn't able to start on June 11th or that first week or two?
No, that's fine. They can start whenever.
Okay.
So once you've registered, that's when you start to be entered for those prize drawings, and that's when you start to be able to pick up that weekly prize. So you do not have to show up on June 11th. You can show up anytime in there. So, you could show up on July 18th if you wanted to, and register at that time. So.
And I know we touched on some of the other programs that you have going on this summer at the Carbondale Public Library, but if people would like to get a complete copy of your summer schedule, do you have those available online or at the library?
Everywhere, yeah, okay. Sure. You can come and pick them up, but you can also go to our website, which is www.carbondalepubliclibrary.org, and on our homepage, it's going to list a bunch of programs that we have. Our Facebook page does as well. Also on our website, there is a calendar, and you can separate if you want and just look at the teen programs, just look at the children's, just look at the adults, and see what is going on. And you can also, on our website, sign up from our homepage for a newsletter to see children's programs, teen programs, or adult programs, or all three, whatever you prefer. So you can get notice online automatically of what we've got going on.
And it seems like you really offer a variety of programs. I know kids have many different interests, and so some of them are not so focused on reading, but teaching them life skills,
Yes.
educational demonstrations. So it's really a variety of things, not only for young kids, but teens as well. I think a lot of times people think the library is only for little kids.
Yeah, we serve a lot of teens. We serve a lot of adults, too. A lot of our programs are adult programs. So some of the extra things that are going on just in this coming summer, we have adults and teens can do summer reading, but theirs is easier. They come into the library and they fill out a little form. They answer a question. It's going to be a fun question. Sometimes it's a give us feedback question, and then they enters them into a weekly prize drawing. Every Tuesday night this summer, during the whole summer reading program, so June and July, you will have activities that you can come in and participate in, and it's all ages. So you can come in with your family or you can come in alone. It doesn't matter how old you are. It'll be arts, crafts, games, snacks, activities. They're all self-directed things that'll be laid out in the library. So it's just going to be a really fun space to be in, and you can just participate to the extent that you want to. We also are going to have resume workshops, open help, computer assistance, and we will have a couple of oil painting workshops for adults as well with DeSand R. She is a local painter and artist who's done a lot of programs for us, and this one is she did one recently, and I saw the artwork from it, and it was good from people who had no experience. So they did a vase full of flowers, and she really walks you through it. It's a long program. It takes a few hours to get through it, and you will end up with a product that you will probably like. Yeah, and that you have to register for because we'll have a limited number of palettes to paint on. So those will be on Saturdays, June 23rd and July 28th, and you take one or the other because it's really the same program. But most of our programs, you just walk in and participate.
Great, and it's a nice, cool location indoors. So
yes,
if someone doesn't want to have to be outside,
Absolutely.
This is a perfect thing for them. Anything else, Diana, you would like to mention? Maybe I forgot to ask you.
I don't think so. I just hope that people will come into the library and participate. We are also networked with all of the other libraries in Southern Illinois. We're actually part of the largest networked library consortium in North America. So you can come in and check out books from us. If your library card is from a different library in Southern Illinois, you can return your books wherever you happen to be.
I didn't even know that. So.
Yeah, and you can order books from those other libraries. So it's a pretty good deal.
Sounds like it. And if someone would like to sign up for a library card at the Carbondale Public Library, what do they need to bring with them to do that?
They need to bring a photo ID, which doesn't matter what your address is on that. And then we also need to prove that they are a Carbondale resident, that they're in with the city limits. So they need a piece of mail addressed to them somewhat recently. That's not junk mail. And they bring that in. That proves that they live in Carbondale. Now, if you don't live in Carbondale, you can go to your local library, but some people live in between. And sometimes there's confusion about that. Illinois law does not allow us to give a library card to someone if they didn't pay library taxes to some library. So some people in between, like between Carbondale and Murfreesboro, for example, in the country. So they pay what they would have paid if their house were sitting in that town. So it's not an extra fee. It's just that they don't pay it on their property tax bill, but they can come and pay it in person. And that's an annual fee, and that gives the cards for everybody in that household, as many as they need in that household. So sometimes people get confused about that. And we can also look up all the Jackson County property tax bills. So that's how we will calculate what you would have paid if you lived in Carbondale.
Okay, that sounds good. It's a pretty painless process.
Yeah, it is.
All right, and one more time, the website people can go to, phone number they can call.
Okay, so our website is carbondalepubliclibrary.org, and our phone number is 618-457-0354.
Great. Thanks so much for joining me, Diana.
Thank you.
And I hope all of you will join me next time for another episode of Inside Carbondale. Have a great day.